Hey guys, good morning. Sorry that I have to be out this morning. I went ahead and put together a lesson for you guys. You'll have a ClassLink assignment that you're going to work on for me today. I know that some of you had questions on the homework from yesterday, and there's a couple problems that we were planning to do. Please don't stress about that. We will work on those Thursday morning and make sure that we get those done. And I am going to give you until Friday to get all of your homework finished. So just kind of keep that in mind. I'm going to work with you this week because I know that I've been a little bit unavailable. Anyways, okay, so we're going to build on what we were talking about yesterday. We're going to find missing angle measurements. And when we first take a look at this first one, I hope in your head you're going, oh, those are vertical angles. And I know that vertical angles are congruent, meaning that if I take a look at these two angles right here, I know that they're going to be the same side because they are pointing towards each other, one, and I also know that this is going to be an obtuse, this is going to be obtuse. So this one's fairly easy. I just have to know that they are vertical angles, and the measure of angle X is going to be 113 degrees. Now, when you look at the second example, I'm hoping that you're like, oh yeah, that's a line, and a line is 180 degrees. So if I were to add 85 plus X, that would give me 180. This is where we're going to pull in our algebra into our geometry. And so we're going to write an equation using what we have. You guys are automatically doing this in your brain to figure this out, but I'm putting it on paper so that you can see the algebra behind it. If I'm going to solve for X, I have to get X by itself, which means I'm going to subtract 85 from both sides. As soon as I do that, I'm going to see that X equals 95. I could plug that in right there, add them up, and it should equal 180. So these two are not very difficult. Obviously, you're using your prior knowledge of vertical angles here, and then of a line, two angles together that form a supplementary combination equal 180 degrees. Then we get a little bit more complicated, okay? I add in an extra variable, which that should not be something that you completely get overwhelmed by. Right off the bat, I'm going to ask you, okay, well, what type of angle is this? Hopefully you're going to tell me that this little square right here tells me that this is a 90-degree angle. That means when I add this plus this, it should equal 90 degrees. So you guessed it, we're going to write an equation with this information on here. Now I've added the extra step of combining like terms. So just like when we would do equations, that's what we have to do. I have to combine these terms first before I do anything else. That's 1x plus 2x, that's going to give me 3x. Minus 3 equals 90. Before I can isolate the variable completely, I have to remove the 3 using the inverse operation. So I'm going to add 3 to both sides, and I get 3x equals 93. I'm not quite finished because the x is not isolated, so I have to divide this side by 3 and divide this side by 3, and I get that x is 31. I've found the value of x, and I've solved my problem. I could plug this back in and put 31 here, 2 times 31 minus 3 here, and it will equal 90 degrees because you're solving an equation. We just have thrown in a geometric angle with it. Okay, taking a look at this next one. Notice I went from 90 degrees to 180 degrees. How do I know? Well, I know that I have a line, and this line right here gives me that 180 degrees. So we're going to write our equation. I know that this plus this is going to equal 180 degrees. So again, we have to combine our like terms. It's going to give me 2x minus 4 equals 180. Inverse operation to the 4. And I get 2x equals 184. Not quite finished yet because now I have to divide by 2 on both sides to completely isolate my variable. And when I do that, I get that x equals 92. Again, you could plug this in, put 92 here, 92 minus 4, add them up, and it would equal 180 degrees. So you're using that knowledge to help you solve these equations. Now, we get a little bit more complicated, not extremely, but they kind of throw this in and go, okay, guess what? We're going to draw an arrow. Okay, no big deal, because we take a look at it. The first question you're going to ask yourself today is this a vertical angle, or are we forming a 90-degree angle or a 180-degree angle? Well, on this one, I'm forming a 90-degree angle. That means when I add this plus this, it's going to equal 90 degrees. So you guessed it, we're going to come up and we're going to make ourselves an equation. Notice this time my like terms are numbers, and that's perfectly fine. Before you start eliminating anything, you've got to combine your like terms. 6 plus 56 gives me 62. And now I can simplify and solve. So we're going to subtract because we do the inverse operation. And when I do that, I get that x equals 28. Perfect. You can plug it in and make sure that it works. It's going to work. Then last but not least, I have supplementary angles, meaning that they equal 180. I know that because I have this line. I know they're going to equal 180. We're going to plug this into an equation. It's going to equal 180. Again, my like terms are numbers, not my variables. So we're going to go ahead and combine that. That's going to give me 76. And then you know the drill. We've been practicing this all year long, and I hope that you're becoming experts at that. We're going to do inverse operation with the 76. When I do that, I get 104. One more step, we divide by 8 to completely isolate my variable, and I get that x equals 13. And that's going to be my answer. So these are the type of problems that you're going to have on your ClassLink Big Ideas assignment for today. I think there's maybe 12 questions total, not a whole lot. I do want you to work out your work on a sheet of paper only because you are doing equations and it's good practice for you to do. Then if you have questions, hang on to it. We will go over it Thursday or Friday. I'm going to dedicate some time in class both of those days to be able to answer your questions because I really want to make sure that you guys have a good understanding of this. Okay, I hope that you guys are great, and I will see you tomorrow. Let me know if you have any questions.